Before I start, I just want to say that I was once a member of NCAE, and I stand in solidarity with all these workers that work in the cafeteria and bus drivers, and they deserve better. They deserve better. I also had the privilege of teaching at Creech Road for 6 years. Love that school. So I'm here today because after spending 25 years teaching children to read, I am shocked and surprised at what is being made available for them to read. And so I want to share with you a book, and if there's any minors or children around, I hope that you leave the room quickly. I want to talk about the book Shine by Lauren Miracle. It has a pretty cover with a flower, and it looks very innocent. But there's no warning label on that book. This book is about a 13-year-old girl that discovers hidden secrets about drugs, alcohol, and sexuality. This book has profanity, derogatory terms, pedophilia, and it's located at Apex Middle School, Centennial Campus Middle, Ligon Middle, Wendell Middle, and it's at 16 high schools in our district. So I want to read a little bit of it to you so you get the idea. His breath smelled like my daddy's corn liquor. He fumbled at the elastic of my panties, but my cutoffs were too tight. And you know this is a youth, a minor. And he couldn't work his fingers to where he wanted. Come on, cat, let me feel how wet you are. I don't know what he meant. I pressed my spine into the sofa to get away from him, but moving like that raised my hips and loosened the hug of my shorts. His fingers slithered under my panties. Oh yeah, he said, moving his fingers the best he could. See now? I was lost. Tommy was touching a part of me that no one was supposed to. I was pushing against him, but he was so much bigger than me. It goes on the next page. By that point, Tommy had unbuttoned my shorts and yanked them down around my thighs, along with my panties. I was gripping them, trying to get them back up, but he was stronger. He had no longer had his hand down my tank top, but instead his arm was stretched across the back of the sofa, bearing his weight, while his left arm rode up the length of my belly, straight as a rod, until the sharp flex of his wrist. With Aunt Tildy standing frozen behind him in the doorway, he got one finger up inside me. I whimpered. He kept at it, the heel of his palm driving into my pelvic bone until he got in two more, and it goes on. I can tell you that if an 11-year-old had been molested, they certainly don't want to relive it by reading this book, and if they haven't been molested, they certainly don't want to read this book. There was no warning label on this book. It was attractive. School libraries are not the place for this kind of content. It is sexually inappropriate. I want you to consider explicit sex, violence, horror, profanity. What kind of criteria are you using when selecting books for the library?
Our next speaker is Jim Walsh, followed by Joseph Tinsley. That's